Coming up in this episode, the launch of the 10-10 global campaign in Denmark to reduce carbon emissions by 10% per year. We are comparing Google Maps with the Danish equivalent, krak.dk, and staying on theme of the environment, a little bit about ecology for kids. I'm Tim.
And I'm Sabine, and welcome to mydenmarktv.com.
This episode of mydenmarktv.com is made possible by copenhagenclicks.com, a site full of fantastic web resources about Denmark and of course Copenhagen, which will make your stay so much better and more productive.
So we are here in front of Niels Brock on Kultorvet for the launch of the 10-10 campaign in Denmark.
Yes, that's right, and let's get right to it.
Exactly.
So last year at about this time, the 10-10 campaign launched in London, in the UK. And that was a great launch event. You can check out actually the link to that event below the episode at mydenmarktv.com, or we've also put it on our Facebook page. So now, a year later, it's time to launch in Denmark.
Exactly. And actually, the launch of the 10-10 campaign has made us here at mydenmarktv.com just kind of think about what we do to reduce carbon emission.
And I'd say, on balance, we're doing a pretty good job. First of all, we bike everywhere. It's Copenhagen. And, well, there is that one, we have one host actually, who's not appearing in this segment, we won't name who that is, who does have a car and likes to drive around.
Exactly,
but
anyways.
Yeah, even our camera guys actually drag the equipment around, which can be quite heavy.
And we film mainly outside most of the time, which means no artificial lighting and no studio.
That's true, that's true.
So I'm not really sure that we could use less energy.
It would be pretty difficult, but I think it's time to go inside and see what's going on in there.
Let's go.
Somebody said the world was round. Everybody laughed and called him a clown. Some people say it's too late to change the danger that is threatening us. There's no easy way out, but people, we can.
Nowadays, and especially after the last COP15 campaign and pretty much the failure of the COP15 campaign, it's absolutely necessary to go on with the efforts from now on if we really want to reach our 20% CO2 reduction by 2020.
That's the beauty of 10-10 again, is that you can actually say, well, we can take 10% at a time, and then we have to see what to do. You know, business is shifting. The financial crisis actually has been one of the biggest carbon emission reducers that Europe and the whole world has seen. You know, and nobody really anticipated this thing. So there are a lot of things to do that, where you can consciously take decisions in your business and then afterwards actually react and work on it.
We have already reduced our energy consumption with 16%, and we have received our electric van, and very soon we will receive our electric car.
We have to find ways to engage citizens in the climate efforts we are going to do. So I'm not sure exactly what to do yet, but I have some ideas about how to solve that.
Well, on the 10-10-10, so on the 10th of October 2010, we're actually going to have the Global Party Day, which is about taking action, a concrete action to help reduce CO2 emissions. So that could be everything from planting trees, not using your car that day, having a lunch, a CO2 neutral lunch, every single action that we can try to take to reduce CO2 emissions.
There's no easy way out.
Well, I must say, there was a little bit of a low turnout in there. I think 10-10 is going to have to do a little bit more in Denmark if they're going to really engage the Danes in this.
I couldn't agree more, Tim, totally. But for now, let's go straight to Vladimir.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Vladimir Chen. In this episode of Made in Denmark, I'm gonna compare a major Danish online map service called krak.dk against the well-known Google Maps. But before I do, I must say when I first discovered Krak service back in 2002, I immediately fell in love with this website. I was amazed at how quickly and visually I could search for both single locations as well as different routes. Krak is also good at showing certain buildings such as schools and stadiums. You can also see parking signs on the Krak Maps, which should be very helpful to car owners. Generally, the colors of Krak, which are yellow, red, green, are quite soft and easy to look at. What I really like about Krak is that the service can send up to 5 SMS a day for free with a link to the map directions and nice images. Krak also has a really cool 3D map. However, I'm not a big fan of the disturbing ads on Krak, which cover the actual map and interrupt my user search experience every time the page loads. This is a bit unuser-friendly. I mean, it's fine to have ads, but please don't make users close the ads in order to see the directions. With that said, I must admit I use Google Maps more often now. And I guess the simplicity of the map on my iPhone has dragged me over to its web version. It looks plain simple and loads very fast. It's less colorful than Krak, which is great because colors are mild and easy to look at. I like also the different options presented by Google. Routes on foot, by car, and public transport. There's also some user-generated content on Google Maps, such as photos, videos, and even wiki, which sometimes can be very helpful. And of course, Krak, as being a product made in Denmark, is in Danish, but it's very easy to use. If you have no Danish, Google Maps is definitely a great option, and not only because of the language. Now, if you like this comparison of the maps, go to Copenhagen We collect hundreds of the best Danish sites, also known as Copenhagen Clicks, and we show and explain them to you in English in a form of video tutorial so that you can benefit as much as Danes do. That's it for this week. Enjoy!
Thanks, Vladimir. And I have to say, I actually use Krak a lot more than Google when it comes to Danish addresses, phone numbers, and so on. It's a great resource.
But why don't we go straight to Julie, who is on theme for this episode.
Thanks, Sabine. Well, while Tim and Sabine explore how we, as adults, can contribute to make a better world, I find it interesting to come here and explore how children can do it as well. So I'm here with Hanne Andersen from the Ecological Inspiration House. Hanne, welcome to the show.
Hello, thank you.
So let's start with a basic question. What is your role at the Ecological Inspiration House?
In this house, I'm teaching children, and then I give them learning about the nature and how to live with the nature.
I know that you have a program called Ecology for Kids, or in Danish, Ecology i børnehøjde. So what are the objectives of the program?
When the children come here, I cannot talk and talk and talk. We have to play, and then we took these small machines and we put clothes in it and started. Then we have a talk about the clean water.
Okay.
Where is it coming from? Yeah. And we use it, and when we have used it, we have some dirty water, and then we do water cleaning.
Water cleaning. Okay.
We put it inside here.
Yeah.
In this organic stuff.
Yeah.
And whoops. Then it come here. And we have cleaned the water.
Clean the water.
Like rainwater.
Yeah. So the children just learn the whole process.
Yes. Then we can put it again to the washing machines, and we can clean and clean and clean. Yeah. And then they can understand it's recycling.
Yeah. Well, Hanne, it has been great experience for me to come here and talk to you about this. So thank you very much for being on our show.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Julie. And now let's grab a question from the mailbag. This week we have a question from Naomi Romo, who writes, I'm an actress from Mexico. When I was a teenager, I was an exchange student in Denmark, and now I wish to go back and take some courses in acting. Do you have any suggestions? Well, I think Sabine does.
I sure do. The first thing I recommend you do is that you check out the Danish Actors Association. This is the Danish trade union for actors. And here you can check out who is having classes and where. An alternative to that is to check out the casting bureau dask-online. Now this started out as a casting bureau, but now also includes workshops, networks, and classes within the acting field. This is only in Danish, so all you just need to do is use Google Translate.
Well, actually, I didn't know any of that.
No, even you got wiser.
I
Isn't that
did.
lovely?
We have a lot of knowledge on our team spread around.
Yeah. So in return for asking a question, Naomi gets 30 minutes free consultation with my Denmark TV team.
Yes, and you can also benefit from a personal consultation with the My Denmark TV team. Just click on the link below that says Consult with My Denmark TV.
Exactly. And I think that's pretty much it for this week.
I think so too. Be sure to leave your comments below. We love to hear from you, and so do our viewers. For example, we've talked a lot about the environment this week, so maybe you would like to talk about what you're doing or what you think needs to be done.
Exactly. Please send us an email or a comment about the 1010 campaign and what you have done.
Yes. And of course, you can always check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/MyDenmarkTV.
Or on Twitter. That's where you can also find us.
That's right. See you next week.
Bye. Naomi gets 30 minutes free consultation with any team member from my Denmark TV team.
Or all of them.